like, oh, I want to move to California. Oh, you can't move to California. The cost of living is too much.
Right.
But the cost of employment is a lot higher than it is here. So there are checks and balances to everything.
Right, and there is also there's social amenities that I guess the government of Hawaii has in place that are different than other states.
Oh, okay.
Some of the most, I guess, what would be termed progressive. I might disagree with that, but that's me. And I don't want to derail where we're at conversationally because that'll be a diatribe I'll go on for another year. So we don't want to do that.
All right. Well,
that's called editing, personal editing, right now.
There you go. Thank you for saving me the.
You're welcome.
Computer work on the back end. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut this whole scene out because Aaron goes off on the Hawaiian legislation.
Yes.
So he's in Hawaii and he's always going skydiving. Mm-hmm. He loves it. He tells me that it's a little bit like when for some reason he compared it to sex, and he was like, it's kind of like the first time that you have sex, you're like really, really nervous about it, but then once you get halfway down, like it all levels out and it becomes fun. And like it's once you get over the nerves of actually jumping out of the plane, then it becomes enjoyable.
Absolutely.
You almost you almost forget that you could die.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that is almost exactly my experience as it went down. I was on camera. They're asking me. They're saying, "Okay, we're gonna hook up your supports because you're not personally wearing a chute. Your instructor's wearing the chute. You're
going tan to him
to the front of your instructor, right? Which is a little awkward,
a little odd,
but
yeah."
You
at least you have somebody to go down with if you happen to go down with.
Exactly. It's not going to happen solo. And so you know that they're just as invested in this going extremely well as you are.
They pack the chute very well.
And this guy had I think well over 10,000 jumps.
Whoa.
So, I mean, instructors have to have a good bunch, but he's doing it probably multiple times every day for a while.
That would be an interesting job, wouldn't it?
No kidding, right?
Just to do that for a living?
Yeah.
I'm a skydiving tandem instructor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it only takes once to go bad, but
yeah, but there it is again. See, if I was able, do you guys actually pack your own bag, your own chute?
Not at that level.
See,
you would
that's
over
the other
time.
Thing. That would be the other thing because I would want to pack my chute.
Right.
I would have to. I would need to. I couldn't trust Steve.
Well, yeah, and then I think that's kind of the deal at the beginning of it. You have to trust that the person you're going to go with is someone that is of repute, and knows what they're doing. And I think knowing that they have over 10,000 jumps to their credit kind of helps you feel a little bit of confidence. Well, they've done this 10,000 times correctly.
Right.
I think I'll be all right. It's probably reasonable.
Did you pick your guy's brain, ask him any questions?
I did.
What's the closest that you ever came to?
Bit. Well, I didn't go that deep, but I mean, I talked to him a little bit, try to understand it better.
Did he ever buckle his legs, break a leg on landing? Because I've heard that's pretty dangerous.
I'm sure it can't. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming in a little too steep or something like that, and you can't reduce your descent enough, then I imagine people have broken limbs. Oh. I didn't ask him that. At least I don't remember asking that. Again, this was September of 2013. So this was a little while ago.
This has been a minute.
But at any rate, so I'm in the plane, right? And I ask to be not the last one out. I don't want to be the last one, right? So Dawn
why
goes
would that
out
be?
Because I don't want everybody else to be out, and I'm like, well, they're out now. I don't feel like pressure to get going. I want pressure behind me.
Okay.
So I ask for Dawn to go after me. She's already done it before, so I figure I want her to make sure that I go. Right. And now that pressure is amped a little bit for me. That performance, pressure, if you will. So, yeah, I'm on camera. They're linking me up with the little straps or whatever to the other guy, the instructor.
Right.
And they say, you got any last words? They're joking with me about stuff like that the whole time.
I would shit my pants right then and there. It was
so good. It made me laugh, and I was still nervous as crap, but it made me laugh a little bit to reduce some of that anxiety. They've done this before. They know.
They know what to say. Okay.
Right. And so, I literally said, I named all four of my kids. I love you. I hope you enjoy watching this. I better be watching it with you.
There you go.
Right. And you could see me gulp, a little bit, trying to choke back tears,
Oh my God.
as they're rotating the camera away. So then
I do want to watch this.
We're gonna have to make it happen. I'll either send it to you or we'll just watch it together because that's probably even more funny.
Oh,
so
man.
the camera guy's looking at the dude in front of me jumping out, right? And then he turns, he climbs outside of the plane, right? So that he can have the angle of me jumping, right?
Sure.
And we all he hangs onto the wings.
Oh, he holds onto the wing.
Hold onto the wing.
He doesn't jump and like turn back towards you and like film.
No. He's hanging on to the stinking wing, man.
No.
And some places that's like the normal way you do it. That's just like legit how you jump out.
No.
But for me, I still didn't even do it right. Like the instructor had to tell me afterward. I didn't quite do what I was supposed to do right, but we still made it happen. We have to get on our knees and knee our way to the door, right? And sort of shuffle our way over. And then we're supposed to sort of press off and lean forward and go. And the idea is you're supposed to put your head back, like on the shoulder of that instructor, so you don't mess your neck up or anything. You fall correctly. You don't get whiplash or all that stuff.
Right.
So I'm just at that point. I'm praying. I'm literally praying in my mind. I'm partly out loud, like, "Dear God, let me live. That's all I want to do is just live through this." And I come up to the door and it's like, "All right, I let it all go, man. It's all here. It comes. It's all going down now."
So did your trainer? Was he the one to push you out?
Pretty much.
Or
like,
did you have to kind of?
It was sort of him. I put my head back and then he's like 3, 2, 1, and we both go. And I'm supposed to help this process by sort of pushing off. I didn't really push off at all, and he sort of leaned us both forward. But as soon as you fall out, like this little stabilizer chute, this mini thing comes out of the top of the chute.
Whoa.
And helps you be stabilized so you're falling, face first, right?
Right.
And it didn't feel, as soon as I closed my eyes for the fallout part, but as soon as we were, stabilized, right? Because I felt this kind of spin around a little bit. As soon as we're stabilized, I'm opening my eyes because I've got these little like glasses on, right?
Sure.
And they offer you a jumpsuit to wear to do the flight. I was like, I'll be cool, and I had my leather jacket on at the time, right?
Sure.
And I thought, they said, well, you're going to want to take your collar and tuck it in or something because if it's loose, it's going to flap against your neck like that, and it's going to make it really raw because it's doing it super
like
fast,
1,000 times a second, right?
I did that. I tucked it all in. Unfortunately, in the spillage of falling out of the plane, it loosened up. And so, yeah, you can see it in the video. It's like that the whole time. And my neck was raw after that. It was awesome.
No shit.
But
it was awesome.
It was awesome. I'm falling, and I don't feel like I'm falling. I'm looking around. It feels like I'm Superman. It feels like you're flying. It really totally feels like you're flying.
It's
It's
pretty amazing.
that amazing. And
what's
so,
the sound like? Is the sound just unbearable?
You can't hear anything.
All you can hear.
That's
it.
all you hear going past your ears for the free fall.
Now,
right?
do they have you have earphones? Because I would imagine that would totally fuck up your ears.
Yeah, I think they gave you earplugs. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't
Really?
killing me. It's like I've heard louder noises playing drums.
Okay.
All
right,
it's
fair enough.
Not that bad. But you're falling at 120 miles per hour on average.
That is nuts.
It's amazingly without a vehicle. You are moving 120 miles an hour. It's incredible.
Amazing. Gravity.
Yes.
It's just gravity. So when you're in the middle of the air, you feel like Superman.
You do.
All of your anxiety's gone.
It was about 45 seconds of free fall, and they told me when I hit 6,500 feet, that I mean we started at 13.5, right? And so when we get down to 6,500, I'm supposed to check that altimeter. I do those checks. I move the arms from the hands up position to check the altimeter. Have the hand by the the ripcord. And I started to do that like before I was supposed to, like as soon as we were in stable position. I was like doing the check just to look. And he's like, oh, he's going to pull his ripcord too soon. He's trying to bat my hand away from it. Like, not yet. Enjoy the free fall, man.
Right.
And so the camera guy comes over to me. He grabs my hand and causes us to spin around in free fall.
So he kind of
grabbed me and pulled me around. Yeah.
Turned you like a
yeah, just spun me in the air.
What are those called? Like a carousel? It just kind of like a Wheel of Fortune kind of thing?
It was pretty much exactly what he did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And at one point, he's like making a motion. We do the swimming thing, like the James Bond dancer girls would do the swimming.
Right.
Do that, or do something like you're swimming in the air. So I literally just start like swimming, because it looks funny when you're swimming in midair.
Right.
And it will look cool on a video, I guess. It mostly looked dorky, but it was fun anyway. So after about 45 seconds, then I'm checking, and at 6,500 feet, okay, time to pull, but I'm supposed to do this little wave your hands off to let the other guy, the camera guy, know, okay, back up, because the chute's coming out.
Right.
And I didn't, but my instructor knew that I hadn't, because I was a newbie, and he waves off for us. He lets the guy know, we're waving off, we're going, and the canopy opens. And it, from the perspective of the cameraman, it looks like we shot back up. It's just that our momentum slowed massively down.
Right.
And he keeps falling at 120 for a little bit because he needs to get down to the ground before us, so he can film me coming down.
Imagine having that job.
No kidding.
Jesus. So he's like spearing the, like probably head first, like just trying to get down as fast as he could.
Just a little bit more. I mean, I opened at 6,500 feet, which is like that's the window, that's the beginning where you need to open, right?
Now, are you seeing all these other jumpers, all these other parachutes, like just kind of pop open?
I see a few here and there. I'm not as focused on.
Look for your girlfriend.
I didn't.
I
wasn't. Your head's not there at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, with more training, it probably could have been. Sure. But honestly, yeah, I wasn't thinking about what was going on with Dawn too much until we were in canopy, which means like we had released the parachute. That's what they call it, being in canopy. So we get that open, right? And now the instructor's got like these two handles that control some sort of flap or something within the parachute that can actually reduce our descent. Like it stops our fall speed, or like reduces it to almost nothing. Or is it our fall speed? Yeah. So we'll continue to move forward, and we can sail and things like that, and maybe continue to go down slowly. But we don't just straight fall.
You're aiming for a specific plot of
right,
land.
And he can brake and he can steer. So he has the ability to brake and steer in air, which is so amazing to me. It's incredible.
No doubt.
But he's saying, you're going to help me in this process. Like, you can either totally let them do everything, or you can be involved in making sure you get to the ground in that process. Right. He's like, no, you're going to help me in this part, because I do need your weight to help pull down some of these straps and make this happen. So there's 3 levels of braking. There's a minimal amount, there's a medium amount, and then there's the full
bronze, silver, gold kind of.
Pretty much, essentially. So we were going for full gold descent, right? Like stoppage. And when we get down to the ground, we were going to need to do that because we were going to come in at an angle and sort of slide in on our butts, to the ground. So we had to go 1, 2, 3, all the way down, full pull down to get it to just gently let us slide in, right?
Gotcha.
And so he was training me on how to do that properly in midair, and that was pretty freaky, right? That was a little like, whoa, like I'm not a professional. I shouldn't be handling this.
Right.
But he's like, no, you can totally do it. You've got this, man. I was still freaking out a little bit. I was a bit of a baby, I'll be honest.
All right.
But no, I handled it, and we got down there, and I was like, that was
smooth landing.
And it was pretty darn smooth.
And then, so like once your feet hit the ground, I imagine that you immediately want to pack another chute and get the fuck.
I did. I wanted to go again, man.
Right away.
Absolutely.
Get back on a plane.
Yes,
Steve.
Yes.
Man, it's just one of those things that I want to do, but I don't know.
You got to do it. I mean, you will be so grateful once you've completed it. Once you're out the plane. Wow, I'm doing this. That's going to be your whole thought. And like, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner.
Right.
You're absolutely going to be confused at how nervous you were about the idea. That's what happens.
Man, it would just be so much easier if I was David, because David went, and I guess this business or whatever, they send you up there.
Yeah. This is your Hawaii friend, right?
My Hawaii, my cousin, and they send you up there with smoking hot models to be your tandem person that you're going with.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he had a picture with him and his partner, and then a buddy of his partner, and then just 3 of them, and they're in bikinis, and they're going up there, and they're strapped in bikinis.
That's an interesting business model. Somebody sat down and thought up, how can I make skydiving more desirable for people? Right. How can I break down that fear barrier?
How can I calm them down? I've got it. I'll put pretty
Models
girls in bikinis and have them be the teachers.
That's interesting.
And you should see the photos that he put up, man. And we're just like, wow.
Well, they have to be athletic and they have to be intelligent to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
So to me,
these
seems
girls
to
were
be
in
like
very good shape.
Yeah. It seems to me, in a lot of ways, to be almost something that I think classical feminism would appreciate. I mean, they're proud of their bodies, right? Mm-hmm. And they're being. I mean, I get it. but at the same time, they can either choose to work there or not. So
sure. Well, that's true.
And they have to be